Man, that is some messed up technical difficulties there. I don't enjoy that. Hey, how's everybody going? Hello there, Joker, Sunday, Rari. We got Uncle Jack in the house. Hello, Uncle Jack. Let's see what else. I gotta give me some volume going on here for myself, for my own self. And Sunday Jenna. Uncle Jack. Hey, what's going on? What's hot? What's hip? What's happening? What's shaking on your Tuesday night? We got rain. We got crappy weather here in Dallas. Rainy and crappy the last couple days. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, legendary Delco Chris says the jumbo mug arrived. Just for those of you who don't remember, there is the jumbo mug. That's a 20-ounce mug of coffee. And he says that'll be a 20-ounce heart of exploding caffeine tomorrow. Yeah, that's a trash can with a handle on it, baby. Thank you for picking one of those babies up. Folks saying hi in the chat room. We love the chat room. We love, everybody saying hi to each other and stuff. Man, my computer is so slow today. It is slow, folks. It is slow. Oh, man. Yeah, my good friend Jared's here. He says, up fingers, everyone. And Jokerfish, what's the haps? Yeah. So, yeah, if you could, like, subscribe, share. Don't cost nothing. It don't cost nothing to hit the up button, the thumbs up. So on YouTube, on Facebook, and the rest of them, do whatever you want to do. Terry Nee's here. All right. That's awesome. And the rest of them, Facebook, Twitter, do what you got to do. Retweet, share. You guys are savvy. You know what to do. YouTube, of course, is the preferred way to watch the Tom Gully Show. That's where I get monetized. You know what I'm saying? A little scratch for old Tom. You go to the TomGullyShow.com. There's over 270 podcasts there for your enjoyment. And that's where you can also get some merch, or you get merch. No, don't get any merch. Don't ever do that. You can get some merch. You can also go to cafepress.com/the Tom Gully Show. Or if you just want to give a donation, you can go to paypal.me/Tom Gully Show. Or you can go to patreon.com/the Tom Gully Show. They're all down in the thing. Let's see here. Oh, my goodness. Zombie Wolf is here. By the way, the phone lines are closed right now. I will be opening them up later so we can keep track of Trevor Garner's convalescence. Bird. I don't know what that means. Oh, Bird Gang. Terry Nee Bird Gang. Okay. I thought it was like Birdland. 500 years from Birdland and we're still digging the rhythm. They used to play Birdland at Ball State for all the sports teams because, the Ball State Cardinal, right here, Ball State. The Ball State Cardinals are birds. I just thought I'd make that link for you. Uncle Jack liked the show, and he don't like nothing. No, I'm kidding. Terry Nee's here. He says, my alarm is set for 7 p.m. Monday through Friday now. You must be in the Eastern time zone. Let's see. Danny Workman, also known as Zombie Wolf. And if you saw him, you'd say, yep, zombie, pretty accurate. He imbibes in a now legal form of self-medication. It was not always legal in these United States, but it is recreationally legal in California, where he's from. Everyone buy merchandise. I will send $10. Trevor, you're a wonderful man. And we will call you later. I got amazing stuff. I think Trevor Garner will like this show. We got a hell of a show planned. Like yesterday was a hell of a show. We got another hell of a show planned. Let's see here. He's going to send $10. Let's see. Yeah, you made it in time, Terry. Me too. The Zombie Wolf says Trevor is in St. Elsewhere. Well, I'm sensing that some people know about the Tommy Westphall universe, but don't spoil it for everybody else. I get to spoil it for everybody. It's my show. Wild Bill is always a little upset because of the fact that Google randomly sends him to this show. There is only Eastern time. Hey, brother, you got to come down there for, Texas, baby. Don't be insulting Texas. The Fishman, 5678, says, I'm here for my gully juice. Whatever that is, I'm in favor of it. Trevor says, okay, Ehrlich, where's Dr. Craig? Oh, don't spoil it for me. Come on, man. I get to do all that. A heck of a show, says Sunday Jenna. Not as vulgar as I am, obviously. Or maybe it's StreamYard. Why should we blame my computer? Oh, I'm all frozen up. Okay, I'll shut up, he says. Oh, now we're back. Kind of. A little bit. Man, I don't want to have to start this show over. I don't even know how to leave and come back. So we're screwed on that note. Amen. Good evening, everybody. Okay, let's just get down to cases real quick here. There we go. I figured out a way to keep track of my hand injury. Ooh, that does not look good, does it? It's actually a lot better today. Well, maybe on screen it isn't. Come on. All right. There we go. Still, the ring, the glorious Tom Gully Show ring that was bestowed upon me by my university, that ring won't fit on this finger. I think today I could have gotten it on, but I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get it off. Yes, phrasing, double entendre. So I didn't put it on. But the day I can put it on, then we know. Everything's back to normal. Better not match the green screen. I don't think I matched the green screen. I don't think that's a problem. I think we're just going to have bad video this whole show, but that's okay. I don't have a lot of video to show you. Let's see here. This is a thing. If you like television, you're going to love this. If you like old television, you're super going to love it. But you don't have to like old television because this is such an amazing thing that not everybody knows about. But once you find out about it, you won't to watch television again, ever, in the same way. Sort of television. Now, let me tell you about the Tommy Westphall universe. And it's going to take a little bit of a setup, just a little bit of a setup. Okay. In the 80s, there was a show called Saint Elsewhere. And Saint Elsewhere is significant probably for two reasons. Oh, this video is really chapping me. It's probably only significant for two reasons. The first reason is it was the precursor to Hill Street Blues. It took place in a hospital, but it was a precursor to these large ensemble type shows like Chicago Fire and Chicago ER, and any show where there's a large cast, there's a lot of stuff going on, there's multiple storylines. St. Elsewhere started all that. So for that reason, it's significant. The other big reason St. Elsewhere is probably significant is that's where we all first really found out about Denzel Washington. He was the breakout star of that show. Okay. St. Elsewhere was critically acclaimed, okay? Highly critically acclaimed. But it had ratings issues. Back then, you had to get big numbers because there wasn't cable and all that. And it was always struggling to stay on the air. But like all shows of that nature, after a certain number of seasons, it was going to be canceled. Now, this show took place almost exclusively in a hospital. But the very last episode, entitled The Last One, freaked everybody out. Because it took place in kind of a working class apartment building in a city, a big city. You know, a little bit depressing, but not super depressing. And character last episode. One of them was a grandfather, and the other one was a guy wearing a hard hat who clearly was like a working class dude. And my screen is just frozen all to hell. Oh, no, I'm back again. Okay, so I don't know what in God's name is going on with this video. Here, let me try something real quick. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I'm going to try something here just to see if it makes things better. I doubt that it will. It's not helping. I tell you what, the pay version of StreamYard, not that impressed. Not that impressed with it. Let me tell you. Okay, come on. Waiting for back. Hopefully my audio resolution down on the whole ball of wax. We'll see what that does to it. Oh man, why is it always an issue? They're supposed to be helping, they're not really helping. This doesn't look like it's helping either, but maybe it will since it's not delivering as much video. So anyway, this last episode, thank you StreamYard for screwing up my build up here. So this last episode was this working class family, and everybody's like, what's going on here? These characters have never played. What's happening? Well, I'll tell you what was happening. There was a character in this episode, an autistic boy, okay, who at the end of the episode, he's staring out the window, and his father, who previously for a zillion episodes we've known as this doctor, gives him this sno-globe. And inside this snow is the hospital that was on St. Elsewhere, called St. Eligius. And the theory is that whole series actually happened in the mind of Tommy Westphall. So this autistic kid had basically made up that whole series in his mind. All right? Everything that we had seen, all of those seasons, happened in the imagination of this kid. I am so tempted to start this show over. I swear to God. This is bugging me like you can't imagine. The whole, because this is one of my favorite subjects in the world. And it's a hell of a show. I got to tell you, it's a hell of a show we got going on here. The whole series had taken place in the mind of Tommy Westphall. And you're thinking, well, what do I care about that? Aha! But that's where the plot thickens. Because, you're going to have to stick with me here. A couple of the characters on St. Elsewhere appeared in other series. One of the orderlies had appeared on the series The White Shadow. So now, if that's true, if that whole series took place in the imagination of Tommy Westphall, this autistic boy, we now have to believe that the whole series The White Shadow also took place in this boy's imagination. It gets better. And this is where it really explodes. And I'll get to how big this is in a second. Two of the doctors on St. Elsewhere appeared on an incredible show called Homicide: Life on the Street. Why is that important? Because there was a character on Homicide: Life on the Street named John Munch, who later was on Law and Order SVU. So now we have to believe that those two characters from St. Elsewhere that were on Homicide: Life on the Street, we now have to believe Homicide: Life on the Street also took place in the imagination of this autistic boy. And because Detective John Munch was on Homicide, all, and I mean all of the SVU universe, Law and Order, SVU, Criminal Intent, all of those shows. And in the case of Law and Order SVU, That's 20 seasons of television. Okay? So all of that took place in the mind of Tommy Westphall. It gets better. John Munch's character also appeared on The X-Files. So now The X-Files has to be considered part of this universe. Okay? The thing behind me, that's the Tommy Westphall universe. As you start making these associations, that is the Tommy Westphall universe. And I'm going to go through a list here in a minute. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. I don't know what this means. Zombie, of course, being completely unrealistic, says start all over again. Yeah, Trevor loved Salami. Salami was a character on The White Shadow, of course. Fish says, I'm not even sure what's real anymore. Yes, Zombie. I love the White Shadow was featured Coolidge, Salami. Oh, yeah, we all remember Coolidge. I remember you spoke of this multiverse before a few years back. Yes. So you're saying Ice-T took out Kennedy. I am saying that. John Munch was on X-Files. Yes, he was. Fishman says, I got news for you. That means you're autistic. Never stopped to consider that, but it may be true. Sometimes I think we all exist in the mind of an autistic boy. Joker says, I'm getting freaked out. Call me Kennedy. You're blowing my mind. Delco Chris, thank you so much. Some of the St. Elsewhere characters were in an episode of Scrubs, so now we have to believe that all of Scrubs took place in the mind of Tommy Westphall and is part of the Tommy Westphall universe. If you love The White Shadow, for those of you who don't know, The White Shadow was a great show starring Ken Howard, who played an ex-NBA basketball player who was known in his playing days as the White Shadow, who took a job coaching at an inner city high school. And it was actually a show that dealt with a lot of very controversial issues back in the day. Fawn Leibowitz, do you think Vince the lawyer is autistic or on the spectrum? I think he is. And this crap I saw today that he posted about people not being married or somehow not as robust or whatever is, he says this all the time. Well, he doesn't have a family. He hasn't gotten married and have kids. What's that got to do with anything? You chose to. By the way, I feel sorry for your kids, Vince the lawyer. You know, so maybe some people shouldn't have any. Just saying. But he's got a thing where if you don't do that, suddenly you're not as worthy as, you know, get out of here. That guy is just absolute pond scum. Hayward had a great afro. Hayward did have a great afro. Hurt his knee. I grew up with that show, said Fawn Leibowitz. Okay, let me just delve into this a little more here. If you don't mind, I'm going to delve in. I'm going to be doing some delving here. The Tommy Westphall universe. Okay. Just to give credit where credit is due, all right? The Tommy Westphall universe was first, theorized by a comic book and TV writer named Dwayne McDuffie back in 2002, okay? And this is actually quite controversial. If you do the math, St. Elsewhere writer Tom Fontana, who's a famous TV writer, said someone did the math once, and 90% of all American television took place in Tommy Westphall's mind. And I'm about to go over a list of shows here. They're going to freak you out, man. Man, it's going to freak you out. Hopefully, if this stupid computer, or I'm thinking it's StreamYard because everything else is working fine. Let's see here. It's going to freak you out a little bit. It is. I can't tell you how much it disappoints me that this video is messing up here during to show you today. It's just, it always happens that way. These streaming platforms and stuff. And by the way, I'm paying for this version of StreamYard. The free version, I never had a problem with. Not once, not ever, not even as a joke. And now this thing is just locking up on me. I may have to do this show over again tomorrow. It's really disappointing. It's always this way, though. I mean, it's always this way. When I'm really excited about a show is when, paying for this. And the only reason I'm paying for it is that the free version, you only get 20 hours of whatever. Fawn Lobowitz agrees totally with something. I have no way of knowing when she agrees. Go Gomez is a preacher now in Lake Forest by Irvine. Played Freddie Prinze in the movie. Yeah, that's true. This feels like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I don't know why I would feel like that. I'm not going to make a thing out of potatoes at the dinner table. Incidentally, as many of you know, and if you don't know, you should know, I went to Ball State University. Here, I'll just see if I can get that captured real quickly. No, it's not going to cooperate. Screw it. This is really disappointing. This is so disappointing. Do I really want to start? I really don't want to start this over. But look at that. Frozen up like you can't even believe. There, Ball State. I went to Ball State University, which is located in Muncie, Indiana. And in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Richard Dreyfuss and Terry Garr's family lived in Muncie. And of course, he's driving through mountains and stuff. Anybody that's ever been to Muncie, it's a flat as a pancake. You just laugh. You just laugh. Get your money back. I really feel like I should. I'm about to abandon StreamYard and find something else to use. I really am. I don't like this kind of crap. I work in broadcasting. And for it to be doing this even once is, When I used OBS, this didn't happen, But OBS isn't great about showing the, this pisses me off so bad. Man, this makes me mad. It just makes me so mad. Because I was going to burn through all these TV series and, let's see here, get your money back. I talked to Ira Augustine. Go. Okay. Sven Dunkel posted something that I can't repost. Thanks, Sven. Have you tried streaming from a snow globe as I walked out? The other part is it works fine and then it stops. Let's see here. The DDLD says EvMux has more featured than StreamYard, same price. Well, I'm going to start looking into some stuff. Wild Bill can tell you, I won't put up with this crap for too long. I really won't. I'll move on to something else like that. We're only going to give you 20 free hours. Okay, 5 days a week, 4 weeks a month. If I did exactly an hour show, fine. But when I go over, I get close to the end of the month and I'm going to be 3 shows short. All right. Okay, here. You can have $25 or whatever it is a month. But you better work like a charm, is all I got to say. Wabba says, Indiana's so flat, there were no buildings. You could see one side of the state to the other. I got a better one than that. You could roll a nickel across the entire state. Let's see here. I'm trying to find... Oh, now this is just ticking me off to blue blazes. I'm looking for. I've got this giant list, and it's not cooperating with me. The list. What in the name of poop? Categories. All right. Continent, country, genre, year. Let's see here. How do I want to do this? I'll do it by genre. This better get interesting real fast, or we'll just abandon the whole thing, and I'll do it over again. I'll do it over again some other time. All items, 24. Oh, okay. By genre. Okay, so these are the genres. Great. Um, let's start with action. Action series. Fine. This should be going so much faster. I'm just worried about you guys, the audience, as always. Sons of Thunder. Oh, wait, whoa. Here we go. Now we're talking. Okay, these shows are all, and if I could go deeper into this, and I'm not going to try because everything's so slow right now. These are all shows that are parts of the Tommy Westphall universe, okay? Anybody ever watch the TV series 24? Yeah, I think so. The A-Team, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter, Airwolf, BJ and the Bear, Battlestar Galactica, Baywatch, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Charlie's Angels, Chicago Fire, the TV show Chuck, some of you may remember that, Daniel Boone, The Dukes of Hazzard, The Fall Guy, The Green Hornet, The Girl from U.N.C.L.E., Hardcastle and McCormick, Hawaii Five-0, Heroes, let's see here, Knight Rider, of course, Kojak, Kung Fu, Walker, Texas Ranger. It's amazing. Supernatural, Stargate, Sons of Anarchy, The $6 Million Man, Simon and Simon, The Rookie. I love the show, The Rookie, by the way. Renegade, The Pretender, NCIS, Mission Impossible, the new one, The Misadventures of Sheriff Lobo, Martial Law, Magnum PI, the new one, MacGyver, Shall I Continue? Then that's just action series. Let me go to sitcoms because I think sitcoms might be another good one. And then I'll stop and we can chat. And then we'll call Trevor Garner and see how his leg's doing. Two Broke Girls, 227, 30 Rock. Let's see here. Absolutely Fabulous. The Addams Family. Let's see. All in the Family. Andy Griffin's Show. Some of these are hard to believe. Barney Miller. Bewitched. I don't believe that. Boy Meets World. Cheers. Coach. Cougar Town. Curb Your Enthusiasm. Anyway, I'm going to stop now because it's just going to make me mad. I was so looking forward to this topic and just hosing me left and right. Thanks, StreamYard. Thank you. By the way, Wild Bill will tell you, when I start going, thanks, Facebook, or thanks, whatever, that means I'm going to be off that platform pretty damn quick. You're supposed to be helping. You're not helping. You're not helping, really, at all. It looks like it's working better now, though. My good friend Terry Nee says, I think we should all head for Devil's Tower in Wyoming. Something is happening. Windows update, download now. You know, I do that, but I don't think it's going to work very well on my Mac. Dukes of Hazzard, yeah. SG Fanboy's here. Hi, Tom. Been busy lately, but I have been watching. Thank you, SG Fanboy. I hope wrestling isn't on there. That would mean it's fake. Yeah, well, that's the risk we all take. So that's the Tommy Westphall universe. Now, all you have to do is type in Tommy Westphall universe. There's over 3,000 shows, I think, that are examples of the Tommy Westphall universe. So, you know, Sven Knuckles says cursing always helps. I know, but I don't curse on my shows. Someone met me in real life. Well, not someone, a bunch of someones from another show, a podcasting cult. And they were astonished at my real life vocabulary, my non-professional. That's good stuff. That's really good stuff. All right. You know what? I guarantee you it's not going to happen anytime soon. Like maybe 6 months from now. We're going to do the Tommy Westphall universe again when it's not screwing up. Because this topic I'm a TV freak. And this topic deserves the highest quality of video and me not whining about. When things go wrong, I really start to whine. Let's see. Uncle Jack says, you can come on my show and curse. Oh, I have no doubt of that. I have no doubt of that. I could curse on this show. I just, theoretically, I'm a broadcast professional, and therefore don't have anything with my profanity and anyone else's on this program. When I get old and retire, though, no, I'm kidding. Autism is highly underrated. Yes. Vince the lawyer is highly overrated. There is absolutely not one redeeming quality about that individual. The information there, 75% straight up lies. The character and quality of individual, not very high. The notion that that person is a professional, come on, man. Anybody with a brain can see that's not true. And the urge that person has to just be a nuisance to people that are just trying to do a show. Don't you got anything better to do? Seriously. Not funny. Not the least bit funny. That's okay. There is a karma. There is a thing called karma. And one of these days. All right, here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's spin the big wheel. Let me get in an attractive position here because it's probably going to freeze up on me. My face I use when I'm... Hi, and welcome to the Tom Gully Show.
You're welcome. This is Trevor.
What's up? Why would you say you're welcome to me?
Oh, I don't know. I just got confused. I'm pretty confused. Hey, your show's streaming now, and it's a lot better than my show works. So you got one up on me.
Well, I appreciate that. I would like to think I set my bar a little bit higher than being better than the Trevor Garner. But I just feel bad for you, the viewer at home. How are you feeling today? How's that foot of yours?
Well, they rewrapped them. They said I might be out the door soon, but I've got to hop on one foot to the bathroom and hop back like a rabbit. Luckily, it's my dominant leg, so it's stronger than the left one, which is the one I have operated on.
Oh, so they wrap it every day and unwrap it.
Yeah.
Do they put that brown, what's it called, bacitracin, whatever, that stuff on?
Ace bandage.
Oh, yeah. Well, and so how many stitches do you got?
They didn't tell me. I just cut the meat off and sew it up, basically, and shave the bone and get it back into working condition.
Sometimes they take the meat out. Sometimes they just do butterfly bandages now, and they don't even stitch it. They just kind of Band-Aid it up and let it heal itself.
Yeah, before I went in, I go, can I have my toe in a bag to go? It's like, I never heard of that one. I'm going to mail it to somebody. Well, I'd do it too.
How much of your foot did they remove a bunch of it or what?
They had to reconstruct the side because of a bunion. and
Oh,
I would
okay.
walk like a weevil on the sides of my feet for years. And when I was heavy, my friend Bobby would say, "Dude, you walk like a weevil." I said, "I'm drunk." I didn't realize the fact I walked like a weevil is because I was built this way. So it made me look drunker than drunk. So that's what happened.
I'm sensing there will be orthotics in your future.
You are correct, sir.
Yeah. I know a little bit about the medicine. My parents were in the healthcare field for 45 years.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot about it. I think I know more than some of the nurses. I've been in and out so much now.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Okay.
what do you have to do when you go home? Do you have to keep it elevated? Do they have any sort of physical therapy for you?
Probably I'll lay down on the bed, have a wound change nurse come in and like change my bandages, similar to like I had last time when I had the other operation, which was a debridement on the other foot. I'm sure you know where they take out the dead tissue.
Yes.
But yeah, and that's what they do on this one. They're just taking out the dead, bring out the dead, and it's like that's what they're doing. And what's happening at home? What's happening at home is I had to go to those little scooters where you put your leg on and I'll scoot around in my complex and do my work and scoot home and do what I got to scoot everywhere.
Like a rascal?
No, it's for your one leg, and you put your leg on it, and it's like you're like a skateboard.
Oh, okay.
Skateboard. He's like,
all right, and then you use your other leg to locomote with.
Exactly, and then your other leg's up on a scooter, and you just travel around that way.
So your one leg that's up on the scooter will just be getting better, and your other leg will be this big giant, Earl Campbell bulldog leg when you're done. And your other,
I'm done, right?
Yeah,
luckily it's my dominant right leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Here's my nurses. Here. You want to say hi?
Are you doing okay?
Yeah, Choma.
Yeah.
Her name's Choma. Choma, say hi to Tom Gully.
Hi.
Hi, Choma. Nice to hear from you.
Hi.
Make sure he takes his vitamins and does all the things he's supposed to do.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Choma's from Nigeria, or you South Africa, right? No, where are you from in Africa? Choma.
Nigeria.
Well,
Nigeria.
you tell Choma I'm a big fan of Kanu and Peter Rufai.
Oh, Peter Rufai and Kano Wankwa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I bet you
I'm old now.
I bet you Choma can tell me, because I'm a fan of Kanu, who my favorite soccer team is.
Yeah,
Who is it?
I know. We were all
Who's the soccer team, Choma?
for
Kanu.
Would it be Arsenal? Arsenal, perhaps?
Who was it?
Arsenal.
Arsenal. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
that's what it is.
All right, she has to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So there goes Choma.
I speak to all nations of the world through soccer.
And I do too, through nurses. So,
I bet those nurses are crazy happy to be. But you had home health care nurses when your mom was there at the house.
yeah, I know the whole thing in and out. I know the whole system.
Yeah.
So, it's like my age, I've already experienced it, and I pretty much know how to handle the situation.
Now, were you familiar with the Tommy Westphall universe before I started talking about it?
I knew that he was Dr. Westphall's son. He was autistic, and then he went on a family with what's her name, Doherty. What's her name, Doherty? There was another TV show, Shannon Doherty. They had a TV show, and he was a brother, I think, wasn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
And diabetes was on there.
Right. Well.
Anyways, yeah, I know. I'm aware of who he is.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about the whole. I did see that episode, but I never delved into everything after how it happened. And I did know that Salami and Gomez were an episode because Mark Tinker was created it.
Grant Tinker.
Yeah, Grant Tinker.
So now
Mary Tyler Moore.
You also are probably familiar with who is the voice of Kit
Daniel Craig. What's his name?
Yeah, Dr. Craig.
William.
I love Dr. Craig.
Daniel.
Doc-
William Daniels.
Dr. Craig, William Daniels, yeah. Dr. Craig was the greatest because he had like a million phrases when he didn't like something. He would say, I'll tell you what, that really singes my drawers or whatever. He had awesome phrases for stuff like that.
And in The Graduate, he was the father.
Yes.
That's in Hoffman.
Yeah. He was in a lot of stuff. He was in the movie Marlowe with your brother James Garner.
Uh-huh.
He was
my brother. All right.
He was a high-powered lawyer that was picked up Marlowe at the airport and gave him all the instructions and stuff. He's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a guy on my show. He actually did an interview with William Daniels recently, and he said he's really old and could barely even carry a phrase or whatever. But yeah, I mean, he was a great actor.
Yeah,
a voice guy, very distinguished for voice.
So when do you get out of the hospital?
Don't know. They're just the one foot they operate on. They said it's come back the results and there's no infection anymore, so that's good. And they're just waiting for the other foot to see if there's any infection. And I guess they're going to put me on pill form antibiotics.
All right, amoxicillin or something.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, we'll call you back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll be at your house or something.
That probably won't be, but anyways. And then Zombie came in tonight, so I hope that you and Zombie get patched up and everything too.
Yeah, we're fine.
Fine.
All right.
All right. Well, say hi to everybody. I'll be in the chat room a little bit more.
All right, sir. We'll get better, and make him save the meat for you.
And Chumbo will bring me her goat meat, and we'll eat it.
Make him save the meat for you, and you can have it put in acrylic and make paperweight out of it or something.
Okay, one more for the 80s. Where's the beef? Okay.
Yeah. All right, man. Get better. All right. Trevor Garner, ladies and gentlemen. Don't know why we're talking to Trevor, but we are. Let's see. Where was I? On this chat? There we go. Delco Chris asks, what's the rule on TWU? St. Elsewhere ended in 82. Tommy was about 12-ish. How could a show with 1969 be related since it predates his birth? That's a good question. If a character from a 1969 TV show showed up in a show in the 80s, then you got to go back there. Now, there are occasions where, say you got a show in 1960 something, say the Mod Squad, and there's a character on one episode of the Mod Squad who plays, let's say, a detective that was like really mysterious or whatever, and that actor shows up. And people can tell by 4 or 5 defining things that could be the same character. Then they start to make those associations. So that's how it happens. Like, say, for instance, the Andy Griffith Show. You know the guy, Howard Bass, that was crazy? He's a nut. If that actor shows up on St. Elsewhere and plays a nut and they don't know what his name is, but he acts the same way, says the same things and stuff, now Andy Griffith. That's what I'm saying. Hughes says, yeah, but that's all lawyers, Tom. I don't remember what I was talking about lawyers. I have great respect for the legal profession. And, I see Vince the lawyer. Now, that one I don't have any respect for. I'm telling you, go to any one of his shows. It flat out says, nothing in this show is legal advice. And then all he does is give legal advice. If I came up to you and I was a doctor and you were about to have heart surgery and I said, nothing I'm about to say is medical advice, you do the math. Sven Douglas says, remember when electric difficulties were solved by smacking the item? The good old days. Yeah, the days of tubes and stuff where you just give it a good, maybe it would fix it. Just give it a good smack. Zombie Wolf went on a tear. Get a Rickshaw, Wild Turkey, West Ham United. The Hammers? No, thank you. William Daniels, you are correct. Delco Chris. Beverly Hills 90210. Are you just randomly throwing out show names, Zombie? William Daniels would be 97 in March. Yeah, he's hanging in there. That other doctor, Ehrlich or whatever, I think he lasted a long time. He was a famous acting teacher. He's hanging with Irving the Indian Boy. Please don't mention that name. Irving the Indian Boy is just annoying. Zombie, you and I have talked about this. Irving the Indian Boy is just another totally misinformed guy. You know, he'll just make things up, you know. Well, a pencil eraser was actually invented by Amelia Earhart. And you're just like, no. Joker says, maybe Tommy saw these older actors and put them in his modern universe. I don't know. This is okay. This is, I was being an ass. Well, this much is clear. This much is clear. So anyway, I still think we got a hell of a show here. Oh, by the way, 972-994-6822. If you're interested in that sort of thing. If you want to talk about Kanu or Peter Rufai, you're welcome to do that as well. Just ran out of Mountain Dew Zero. Daggone it. Fun show, Tom. Well, thank you. The choppy video at the start notwithstanding, I am fascinated by the Tommy Westphall universe. I really am. I totally am. That it all happened in this one episode character's mind. This guy here, staring out the window all day because it was snowing. And then his dad, who makes the point that my son can't understand me. I can't converse with him. He's totally closed off. But the one thing he loves is that snow globe. And watching the snow. He just loves it. And so he gives it to him. And that's the last thing you see on the stairs is this kid shaking up the snow globe and looking at that. So he's made the whole thing up. While Bill says, I can say at least this show is better than... I have no idea what this would be better than. I really don't. I know what it's not better than, and that, of course, is Sonic Asylum Radio, our good friends. Please make sure and check out Metal Maiden Vicky's Metal Euphoria on the weekends. They've got their own chat room. You can put GIFs in it. It's amazing. It's on their website. And Facebook friend them, too. Anticipation. No, I'm not. No. Anticipation's long since gone. Uncle Jack says, Tom, tech issues and mishaps are my middle name. You're doing fine. Not for me, I'm not. Bye, Billy Gumbo. Let me tell you. I think on this Friday I might give out the necessary information. Some people could probably figure it out, but if they really wanted to. So that if anybody is up early enough on a Sunday morning, they could actually listen on the internet to me doing the news for 2.5 hours. Solid. On a big 50,000 watt news station in a top 5 market. And see and hear the amount of plate spinning and how 1 million times more professional I am on the regular radio. Wowville says, great show. Well, thank you. Let's see here. Put Newhart on this list. The whole show led back to the Bob Newhart show. It may be on the list. I don't know. Whatever happened to Tech Terry? Well, you guys know what happened to Tech Terry. Tech Terry is actually Chris James, and Chris James is the guy that heads up Not Even a Show. And Not Even a Show is the show that rated me. Hold on. Now I've got to do this. It's not there. It's here. Now I got to do this. I should have left that in my backgrounds. I'm going to leave it in my backgrounds. I'm going to leave it in my backgrounds, whatever that means. You guys can figure out what that means. Yeah. He's the one that let's get rid of the Tommy Westphall universe, please, just for a little while. Can we? But that's the Tommy Westphall universe behind me. But yes, he's the one that rated me certified stone green. They're kind of, whatever. I'm leaving that up for the rest of the episode. That other one's starting to give me kind of a headache. Terry Nee says, do you mind summarizing? I'm confused. Okay, yes, I'll summarize. There was a show called St. Elsewhere. On that show, St. Elsewhere, there were doctors that we saw through the whole series of several years. The very final episode, we see those doctors, the actors that play them, but they're not doctors anymore. They're working class stiffs. One of them's a grandfather, one of them's a father. The father comes home, he has a hard hat. So we assume he's a blue collar worker. And they start talking about their autistic grandson and son that's looking out the window into the snow. And the father makes the remark that he can't talk to his son. He loves him, but the son can't show affection. He can't talk to him. He can't communicate to him, but he knows he loves looking out that window, and he knows he loves this snow globe. He hands him the snow globe. The kid shakes it up and looks at it, and in the snow globe is the hospital that we've seen for the rest of the whole series. So we are led to believe that the entire series was merely in the imagination of this autistic boy named Tommy Westphall. Now, some of the characters on St. Elsewhere, right, appeared in other shows like The White Shadow, like Homicide: Life on the Street, like Scrubs. And so we then have to assume that if the entire St. Elsewhere took place in the mind of this autistic child, that those shows did as well. And you start getting associated. So if there's a character now in Scrubs, or if there's a character now in Homicide: Life on the Street, if there's a character now in one of these other shows, if that character appears anywhere else, we have to imagine that that character was created in the mind of the boy, and that now that character has appeared in another show, so that also was created in the boy's mind. And that is the Tommy Westphall universe and scene. Thank you. Thank you. Save your applause, please, till the end of the show. Wabble says, I'm slow, but I'm good. I remember now. Blame drugs. Blame whatever you'd like. These are actors. Those actors are in an actors union. Probably, but not necessarily. You can be Taft-Hartleys if you don't belong to the actors union. You for one episode can be what they call Taft-Hartleyed. So you don't need to do the, gosh dog. There we go. That's what we want to see. So, yeah. So yeah. I have so much house cleaning to do. Normally not that cold in Dallas, but it has been. And so my heater has been on a lot, and there's dust everywhere. Because I don't use my heater. It's Dallas. Coming in just fine. Great. Now that it doesn't matter anymore, we're coming in just fine. But yeah, that whole Vince the Lawyer, he showed a clip of Carl from Who Are These Podcasts. This is what your life is like when you're not married. He showed some stupid clip, and I'm just like, he always is saying stuff about that. And he's got all these weird theories about, well, men do this and women therefore do this. And it's just like, you're a loon. You're a total loon. And he gives out medical advice, gives out psychological advice, not qualified to do either one of those things. And even if he was, what he says doesn't make any sense at all. He went on about narcissism one time. I have a relative that is the senior lecturer at a major university in psychology, has been for about 20 years. And I said, could you watch this and tell me if that, and she watched it and went, nothing he said made any sense at all. Not one thing. So it's just make up stuff to troll people. I don't like it. My chief objection in the old days to Trevor Garner and other people and other trolls is they make stuff up. There's so many actual factual things to make fun of me of. it is staggering. You don't have to make things up. And by the way, if you really have the gift of wit, you don't have to make things up anyway. But he does all the time. There's nothing, not one thing about that dude is of worth. Not one. Not one. Oh, I'm scared. He said he was going to come to New York. Please. Please. You should be scared you're going to get carried off by an ant. Yeah, there you go, Lyndon. You're right. Ignore. He's the one. He's trying so hard. He's so thirsty. And it ain't never going to happen. It ain't never going to. With that thimble of talent, it ain't never going to happen. He's so proud. He plays that clip of Howard Stern talking about him. And it's like, that clip would mean something if you had ever done anything. But you haven't. Delco Chris says, I'm not against family life by any stretch of the imagination, but when I get home from work to my big empty house dead silent, I tell you, it's fabulous. Exactly. It's just about life choices, people. You know? Okay, let me ask that genius this. What if you fall in love with the girl? She's a great girl. She's a wonderful person. She's your soulmate, and she can't have kids. Or you can't. Are you suddenly not worthy? You know, are you now honor bound to adopt? Do you need to get a pet? Terry Nee said, I saw Vincent Potsdam. To me, he came across as a detached oddball. No, really. Yeah, he's got those dead eyes, those fish eyes, black eyes, fish eyes. People all the time like to make a big deal to me about the fact that I don't have a pet. That I don't have a pet. Now, if you have a pet and you like that pet, I'm not going to stop you. That's your choice, and God bless you. I worked for so many years in advertising where I could go to work and get sent to Atlanta that day without anybody giving me any advance warning, nothing. And I could be gone for a week. What am I going to do with my cat and or dog at that point? Do they just suffer? You know, what if I live in a big city and I don't have a house, I have an apartment, and I don't have a place for a, let's say, dog to roam and play and have a robust life? Is that fair to the animal? Why do I feel the need to own another creature makes me a better person? I'm not saying it does, I'm not saying it doesn't, but, you know, maybe someday when I'm retired and I move out in the middle of nowhere and I have plenty of, because I did dogs growing up as kids, but they got to have a place to roam. You got to, you know, take them out and let them be a dog and stuff. And if you have a job where you work tons of hours, they're just pent up in your house. You know, I don't care how good Animal Planet is. The dog's not crazy about that, I'm sure. Anyway. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of Trevor Garner's Bunyan and, of course, the Tommy Westphall universe. Morticia doesn't need that big of an area to roam around. Well, that's a spider. It's a tarantula. I don't know that tarantulas do a lot of roaming. Hopefully they don't. Anyway, neither does Spot. Yeah, there's certain things. It's a fish, you know, if you got a fish tank. Those fish tanks are a lot of work. You get them a little out of whack chemically, and those babies are floating. I know some guys have expensive collections of fish, and one little thing happens, one little bacteria, micro, whatever, done. Let's see here. Uncle Jack said, Stacey Allen posted a short video in Discord. Vince in the green room standing off to the side looking like a tiny guppy in a room full of hungry sharks. He really looked uncomfortable. It's probably because he has the social skills of of him. Uncle Jack says, I think it might have been Pottstown. Yeah, he shows up at these things. Somebody the other day in here said, for what he did to Artie alone, and I'm totally on board with that. That's just anything he can do for a little attention, and that is sad. And you know, anybody that would say the same thing about me because I have this show, I would say, have you seen the amount of views I get? I think this show is actually the opposite of asking for attention. I think I've become less popular in the world doing this show. Not even that, because you become less popular by being, you know, evil or bad or you know, somebody that people hate. I have become more unknown. I have become substantially more unknown. By the way, rest in peace, Joey C. He's not. Nothing can kill Joey C. Please. The guy's a force of nature. Can't do anything to him. Anyway, I so appreciate you guys. I mean, if anybody's got show ideas they'd like, I've been trying to do some more fun things, a little off the beaten path here lately. And I was sure this was going to be a hell of a show. Just like yesterday, we had a hell of a show. And, well, we tried. The Tommy Westphall universe, though, don't let this show change your viewpoint on it. If you really like television, there's several websites, that go deeply into the Tommy Westphall universe, and I think you might find it fascinating. Or you might just say, Tom, you're a tremendous nerd. You're a festering nerd. And I would say, no, that's true. That is actually true. There's other universes, by the way. It's just that the Tommy Westphall one, I think, is the most popular and well bandied about of the universes. But there are others. I don't care about the other ones, but there are those. You know, it's like the 7 degrees or 6 degrees of separation from Kevin Bacon. You know, so with all that being said, I think I have to say thank you to everyone. Like, share, subscribe. TomGullyShow.com. PayPal.me/TomGullyShow. Patreon.com/The Tom Gully Show, which I need to update. And I guess that the only thing left to say, other than thank you, people, you guys don't know how much it means to me that you're here. It really, really is awesome. Till next time. We'll see you next time.